car YouTuber doing McLaren, the Inja. Been watching him, and I think legally now, if you're a car YouTuber, you have to have McLaren. So I've been looking, and they're actually not that expensive. I don't really want to buy a broken one though. So I've been looking at the price of the new ones, and even then they're not really that expensive. So I've decided I'll probably get this one, the Techno XLR, because that sounds like probably the fastest one. Seems a bit upright compared to the like your standard sports car. So it's not the greatest looking thing in the world, is it? Maybe I'll just stick with smarts. Right, I've temporarily glued that back on. Just bead the sealant right around the outside. Just enough to hold it in place, but it shouldn't be too hard to take off again when I need to. I've got the spare one in the garage. Hang on a second. Here's a new one. Yeah, an off sort of grey white, and also that's the A-pillar cover for the knackered black size one. I figured I might as well replace it, because it's pretty badly scuffed. Well, it was still like 90 quid or something for the replacement, but oh well. Right, we're going to have to take a little diversion from this one. Next week I've got it booked in at the body shop. Not the bath bomb place, but the place that repairs all the little dents and things. And there is plenty all over this thing. Right. Absolutely shafted. I've got a new one of those. I don't need that. So the bonnet's going to be sprayed. He asked if I wanted the bumper being done. I said no, not to worry about it. I'll probably just wait until a few more available for parts. It's not that bad. I can live with it. Yeah, bonnet be sprayed. That's a new one. She needs the plastic cover taken off. Big old dent Rooney in there. Yeah, so it's shafted, especially up there. Yeah, I thought I don't really know how to do body work like that, so I'd send it in to him. It's going to cost about £2 to have it done. He said he'll have it done in about 3 or 4 days. Well, considering the price of the car, I thought I'd just get it done properly. Now this headlight, fair enough, I've repaired them all, all broken tabs and that. And I would have been replacing this one anyway, because you can see inside it, the DRL is broken. It's obviously smashed to bits, and it still lights up and all that sort of stuff. The problem is, what I didn't realise when I was driving along, until it got to night time, where this one is looking at the ground. It is far too low. And originally I thought, I don't mind living with that, that sort of damage. I'm going to replace it anyway. But the fact that it's pointing at the ground, unfortunately, I had to buy a new one. It hurt so bad. It really did hurt. Especially when I forgot about VAT. And it came to like 1,300 quid, 1,300 something quid. Oh my God. But it has to be done, I suppose. But nice. But yeah, we're not going to do much of that. I think later on I'll have to whip the bumper off and change the headlight over. And in the meantime, I've got solar panels to clean, and also a fence to put up at the back there. And this is the first day of my week off where it's not raining, so I thought I'd better get on and get it done before it starts pissing it down again. Now you can have a look at my my lovely fence. Let's be honest, we've got horse fields, but the issue we had before was they used to put horses actually in this field, and they would try and get the grass from our side because that side was just, well, just mud. So they'd try and get to this side, and they'd push the fence and destroy it. And the people who rent the stables out, they seem to go through a lot of people. So the previous person whose horse did knock down their entire fence said they'd put up a new one, and then they fucked right off, so they didn't bother. But yeah, so I've got myself a little post hammer, just knocked him in the ground by about 2 foot. Yeah, it's not bad. It's good from a distance anyway. As I was putting it up, there was a robin that kept turning up and landing on it. I kept telling him off because he was going to get all this stuff on his feet, but you see he's been standing on it and shitting all over it. And this is where he was before. Shit. So my nice fence has already been shat all over. Just taking this thing for its first drive. Fucking hell. No car needs to be able to accelerate quite like that. That is scary. It was giving me heart palpitations. God, fucking hell. You know, I've been spending a lot of time trying to get it to download the new software update, and a lot of people say it really only does it if you're driving. Yeah, fair play. As soon as I get out on the road, within 30 seconds, you've got a new download. Alright, I'll do that then. Alright, this is the MB Star machine I've been using for quite a while. Good size. Obviously you don't really want to be carrying it around too much. But yeah, it's all touch screen and that sort of stuff, and that's quite nice. But you might want something a bit smaller. Oh, they're cute. Tiny little Panasonic FZG1. That's much smaller. You know, nice and easy to carry around. But then what if you want this even smaller than that? Oh my god, look at this. Tiny little thing. An FZM1. So now I've got all the sizes. Don't think I really want to go any smaller than that, to be honest. The one good thing about this one is it's got this thing on the back you're supposed to be able to put your hand behind. But actually, you put that over the steering wheel and that just sits nice on top of the steering wheel. But yeah, it's a bit of a monster. So too fun. Yeah, so thanks to Paul for telling me about a new way to get MB Star. And once I get it going myself, I'll add it to the video. Yeah, if you've got, I think it's cost me like 100 quid. So there's a possibility you could have MB Star for about £300. That's not bad. Fucking hell, I thought pterodactyls were extinct. How is that possible? Mine aren't that big. Now, I don't mind admitting I'm not particularly good when it comes to accounts. So unfortunately, I may have just gone over the VAT threshold for my Evolution. So now that means I have to start charging 20% VAT. But don't worry, because you're paying it, not me. I don't give a shit. Now, obviously, I'm not making 85 grand on subscriptions through the website. I also make number plates, and legally, of course, because I've got the license, that sort of stuff. And I sell key rings and printed circuit boards and electric kits and stuff like this. It's my massive fucking laser. Yeah, so didn't really pay much attention and blew past the 85 grand budget. So now, because I've gone over that, the government suddenly want 20% more of my money. So I mean, thanks very much for that. Right, I'm used to 16-inch and 15-inch alloys. What I'm not used to is 20-inch that's actually bigger than the entire alloy and wheel of a standard smart car. Look at the size of these bloody things. Yeah, so I've got Michelin Pilot Sport EV tyres. Another thing I'm used to when buying the smart tyres is them costing about 100 quid, not 250 quid a go. So hopefully these survive. And these will be going on new wheels. Shall I show you? You thought. Right, this is a tyre pressure monitoring sensor for your TPMS. Now, most cars these days, I think legally have to have them. They run on a little watch battery that sits in there. It's totally sealed. The batteries tend to last 5 or 6 years. After that, then you start getting issues. So you've got a choice. You can either go to Smart and get totally ripped off, or a lot of the tyre places will do replacement sensors and they can code them. I've decided to use some Autel sensors because I've got an Autel code reader that will do these. They come apart. They actually come as separate parts anyway. That's the part that measures the temperature and the pressure inside the wheel. And this is just a standard tyre stem valve thing. Now to get this in, best thing to do, because they're rubber, a little bit of red rubber grease. This helps it slide in and also will help it seal. Now what you'll also need is one of these special tools. So with the rubber grease already on there, put that in place and screw this all the way in. Right, you'll notice that there's little ridges on the side of that. Now that is supposed to go on the side of that so you can use it as a lever. Of course it makes sense just to throw a little bit of protection in there. And then pull. And there's it set. Let me show you. There you go, that is pulled all the way in. As it should be. Now protect the valve stem, just stick that back on. So now we've got this part. You can, even though it's in, you can still spin it around if you really want to. Yeah, let's focus. There you go. So you can angle that. So how you like. They will be keyed. So once they're on, you'll need to make sure that they're. And this one is like that because it's got the elongated hole like that, which goes on like so. You just need to place this little screw in. It's a Torx 20. Get around. Torx 20 goes in there. Only 4 Newton meters, so not very much power at all. You notice it's got blue thread lock on there. So once you tighten it down, it's not going to go anywhere. You can just screw it in place. There you go. So screw it in, tighten down. Now you don't really want to glue this to that because obviously when you're filling up, that's going to move. So that's going to need to be able to move a little bit, but it's fine.
3 weeks later.
Everything is sprayed. There's a massive dent there. All the dents. I told them not to bother with these because I can change those over. I don't really want to repair them. Yeah, all the dents. There's a dent smashy thing there, that's gone. Still got a new one of those to put on, that's fine. Bonnet's done. This is the area that was smashed right in, and the reason it got written off as a Cat S. Again, no dents, all the funny scratches. So all I've got to do is eventually get new roof rails. It's a bit of a pain, to be honest, because you've got to take the roof liner out to unbolt them to put them in. And even worse, they actually took them off to paint it. So if I had them, they'd have fit them for me. It's a bit of a shame. And these are still a bit scuffy. You don't want to take these off because you don't want to accidentally break the mirror. But he said if I took them off, he would spray them for free. But I might just get the entire car wrapped anyway. These just pop off. That's right, this is probably the only one that's not damaged. Yeah, one pops off, that'll change. Get that changed. Not sure about this. Obviously glass, can't do much about the glass. Yeah, all I've really got to do now, apart from all that I just said, is change his headlight over. Is that shafted? And obviously look out for a brand new bumper. It's about time to get the tyres put onto the wheels. I'm here at DGT. Cheap. It's not usually cycling. Always makes me jump. Right, a quick intermission about punctures. Now don't just assume that because you've got a puncture you just need a new tyre. It's not badly worn. There's a good chance you might be able to have it repaired. Now obviously check all the way around it. There might be something really obvious, like a big old nail or a screw or screwdriver or something hanging out of it. In which case you can go to a tyre repair place. They'll take it off, plug it from the inside or patch it, rebalance the wheel and you'll be fine. Now just because the tread area is the most likely part to be punctured doesn't mean it always is. Now we've had issues with this wheel. This is off a Mini Cooper for a long time. As with all Minis, they don't really last very long. They tend to bubble and crack underneath the finish. The next most likely place to lose air is around the stem, valve stem. You can just get some soapy water, give it a spray. There's no obvious bubbles there. The next is the bead that runs around. It's where the tyre seats against the other wheel. If you get corrosion or you curb it, the corrosion go underneath and the finish will lift and the air can escape around there. Again, just get your soapy water. And go all around. Do it both sides because obviously you've got beads both sides. And then where you've got a leak, you're going to get bubbles. So, oh, that smells nice. I think that's a bit of a giveaway. Yeah, so where the girlfriend has curbed it slightly, the corrosion has gone back behind there. You can see even when you take the water away, you can still see the bubbles. So the tyre's fine. Best thing to do is just take it to a alloy wheel refurbish place. They'll take the tyre off, refurbish the wheel, repaint it. They normally acid dip them and then spray them. And then put the tyre back on. And then you won't have this problem. 1 hour later, it's grown a beard. It's just not stopping. Right, you've heard of dechroming. I'm going to dechrome these things that I've managed to re-chrome. At some point I will just replace these entire trim, but in the meantime I'm just going to use a bit of magic pen I'm not going to be stupid enough just to try and dab that on, because if that runs down there on this new paint, I'm going to have to get angry. So I have to put a little bit of protective paper in just in case, I think. Right, Milwaukee tools to the rescue again. It's a bit windy, but seems to just slide in there okay. What could go wrong? You've got obviously still dented slightly, but much less noticeable than the silver. Professionally clean the area. You don't want to squeeze these. Just let it dribble out and then just drag it around the damage. This one was apparently designed for black alloy wheels, but it is just standard paint, so it works all right. Right, the wheel's been balanced. Black weights, can't see them, nice. Just got to code the TPMS sensors, and I'll be able to put them on. The headlight, I didn't have to change it. I will at some point, but even though this one's damaged and I said it was facing to the floor, I gave it a little adjustment and it seems to be fine. So that's all right. Yeah, I fixed all that, but then I remembered there was also damage up here, so I've put a little bit of black paint up there. That's a bit better. I think now it's time to change that, because I already changed this one, and when it went in for the dents to be taken off, it took off the protective coating. That's my job, surely. So I'll have to fit this one and do it myself. It's very simple, just a few clips or screws on that side, cut on that side. The rest is all these little use once pushing clips. All right, it's very simple to take off. Just need to lever this part of the seal out, and then all in there. Screws. The screws are removed. Open the bonnet. More screws. I think it's only those ones. Yeah, there should be a little clip down there, but I don't think it's ever been there. Right, those two removed. Literally just pull it towards you. Easy. New one slides in. Again, I'm sure there should be a clip there. It goes in somewhere, but oh yeah, into that one there. I might put it in, you never know. Stranger things happen. Yeah, it's nice and easy to fit. Now we get the fun part. Oh, satisfying. Shiny, shiny. Bug. Yeah, that's a... Where's Bug? I don't want to hurt Bug. Alright. Yeah. Better. Alright, I suppose better code the sensors. Alright, thankfully, my TPMS thingy does smart and also does #1. So that's handy. Alright, left front. Left front copy, and press that one to trigger it. Yeah, it took about 20 seconds to do it, but it's done it. Let's turn it to go over to that side. Much quicker. Okay, now this one. And then finally this one. Right, it's given me a list of all the codes and the sensors. So we've got left front. I've marked up each wheel on the back to say which one's which. So we'll select left front. Keep the sensors close to it. So put it close to it and hopefully it'll do it. Well, there we go, we learn something every day. The tyre pressure has to actually be below 1 psi for it to code, which is annoying, but also makes sense because, you know, in this vicinity there are probably like 40 different sensors it could possibly pick up. So since it's flat, it only picks up the flat ones. I'll try again, but with it flat. It's doing something, don't panic. I didn't like to program it through the wheel. So if you put it up against the tyre, that's the antenna around the top there. If you put it through around the tyre, then you can obviously read it better. So I'm having a bit of a concern there that the sensor I fitted was broken, which would have been a bit of a pain. Oh, sweet. I just got to do the others. Now, the easiest way to get air out your tyre is to move the valve stem with a valve stem remover. Right, I've got a new thing I hate doing, and that is changing large wheels. With the previous smarts, they're all usually 15-inch, and they were nice and easy to deal with. And when you get to like 19s and 20s, they're a pain in the arse. Like, even just getting 4 of them in your car is bad enough. Right, before I show you the wheels, the new ones, I want to talk to you about bags. Now, I know what you're thinking, cost me. Well, you're wrong. It's these ones here. These are known as Faraday bags or Defender bags, whatever. And this is what you should be keeping your key in. Now, reason for that, some people think that turning settings off in your car is going to help you. As standard, when you get towards your car, it opens the doors. And people think that if you turn it off, like I have now, that not having the key or having the key doesn't unlock it. So you have to press the button to unlock it. That is not correct. Now we've got the key here. Put that in my little pocket here. So you can see the car is not open, but you can not only open, but you can also open the entire car. So ideally, you need one of these bags. And there's 2 different types here, and I'll show you why. If you just have your key naked like that, then one of these little ones, I'll put links in the description. And make sure that you put the key in the silver bit. The car will stop seeing where the key is and think that you've walked away from the car. So even with the key this close, nothing. So there's no way that somebody can relay your key and get into your car. Right, now I want to talk to you about if you do have something on your keys, because personally I've got this sort of thing, nice little rubber protector, like so. Now because these are grippy and likely to drop them, getting them in there, you can get them in, but then getting them out is such a pain. So ideally you want a slightly larger one. Again, link in the description. This one's actually for a mobile phone, so slightly larger. Great camera work, brilliant. Yeah, so again, make sure it's in that bit, because it does actually fucking say right there, insert here. Yeah, these other bits are just for storage of other things like butt plugs and stuff. So make sure it's in there, fold over, and after the key has stopped being seen by the car for some seconds, nothing. So what is this relay attack that I'm talking about? Now, if you've been on any of your local Facebook groups or anything like that, you're going to get people saying, oh, somebody's stolen my Range Rover or a Jaguar I-Pace or something like that. That's because they don't keep the keys in one of these. Now what happens is, the car is looking for your key, but it only searches a very short area, maybe a couple of meters around the outside of the car. All it's looking for is a certain code that your key is letting out. Now what people are doing is they're boosting the signal from your key. So what they're doing is they've got a thing called a relay, which is a massive great antenna that they hold up around the door, and they like move around your house. Well, the outside of the house, obviously. If they're inside, they nick the key. And then the other person stands near your car with the transmitter. So what it's hoping to do is to activate your key, so it sends the data, and then their relay sends the data to their transmitter, and then to your car, and then the car opens, they get in, drive away. It's very simple. A lot of people leave their keys by the front door or on the table as they walk in through the front door. You don't want to do that. Otherwise, you get the relay theft. Until I got these particular bags, I used to leave mine upstairs in a cupboard, even in a metal case or something. That'd be fine. You can get like little boxes and stuff to put stuff in, and they're lined with metal to stop the frequencies getting out. If you've got one of these, there's absolutely no way that they can get the signal to boost it to send it to your car, and your car doesn't get stolen. It's as simple as that. Now, considering these are like £8, and that car is like between 44.5 and £36,000, you might as well, you get two for £8 or whatever it was. So don't even fuck around, just get them, link in the description, that sort of shit. Okay, the car is 90% complete. I'm happy with it now. Probably drive it around for a while. I'm still looking around for a suitable place to get it wrapped. I've got an idea for the wrap. This is it with the new wheels. So it's looking a hell of a lot better than it used to. These are 20 inches, they're the 19s. It's not covered in scratches. Obviously it's still got a little bit of damage on the front. Still got to change that. But apart from that, it's looking nice. Which means I can now move on to flashy flash. Focus, you fuck. I can now focus on getting this apart and get it scrapped, so it stops taking up so much room. So I haven't got a great deal of it, to be honest. So there you go. It cost me money. I suppose I really should do the how much it cost me, should I? Bollocks. I cannot be bothered to get the drawing things out and start writing everything down, so I'm just going to tell you and make it up as I go along. So the car cost me, I remember this, 18,600 quid. And the reason I bought it was because it was what I was going to buy anyway. I was going to get one as a company car, which was going to be 44.5 grand. So when I saw one on Copart, and it's the first ever one, and the first Brabus as well, that's handy. I just bid like an absolute maniac and won it for 18.6. Luckily enough, I'm now VAT registered, so I don't actually have to pay the VAT on it, which is handy. The parts were about £1.5. I ended up buying a few things I didn't really need. I'm not going to take into account the new headlight because the old one works, it's just a bit smashed up. I'm also not going to take into account all of the newer wheels and that sort of, it really wasn't necessary. The bit that surprised me was the removing all the dents. I thought it was going to be a lot of money, but it's actually about 1,500 quid, 1,400 and something quid. Fucking interruptions every time I start recording. So altogether it came to just short of 22,000 it was, which is half the price of the car. So as I was going to buy one anyway, it seems a good deal. Now, I've still got to get a new front bumper, but it's not that bad. I have to see if the wrapping guy is quite happy to wrap over it. It's B-pillar cover. They're not expensive, like 30, 40 quid. Probably get one of those anyway. The front nostrils, again, it'll probably be sanded back and wrapped. And I've bought the headlight thing for 1,500 quid, which at some point I will put on. Annoyingly, the roof is still broken. It hasn't managed to fix itself at all. So that'll be like 600 quid if I ever get around to doing that. The roof bars, not really sure. I quite like the fact they're a little bit fucked. So yeah, that's just got to be it really. We'll definitely come back to it at some point and do things with it. But for now, I've just got to put some miles on it and get used to the size of it. Because when I'm driving, it's like driving a bus compared to the little 4.2s. But then it's also quite nice that I can go over speed bumps more than 3 miles an hour without hitting the roof. Yeah, swings and roundabouts. Yeah, I'm on Patreon, and there's an Etsy store with new key rings on. I've got on embroidered key rings. And yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free, just do it. Right, we're going off topic. I know I said this finished, but off topic. Mate at work bought me something for my birthday. Now, I'm terrible to buy for, so somehow he managed to buy me something awesome. Now, these are eye muffs. Now, that does sound like Apple has made something you have sex with, but it's not. Check these fuckers out. Right, they're goggles, built-in ear muffs. So it all holds it onto your face, like so. Now, it doesn't matter if you look stupid if you're safe. And obviously they're the right colour as well. So because he's bought me these awesome presents, it just so happens that it's his birthday only a few weeks after mine, I've decided to get, because he plays with bikes and that sort of stuff, so I thought I'd get him a Milwaukee tool set, but we can't just do that, it's boring. So since we've also got a Galvo laser, I think we'll have to laser his initials or something all over him. And whenever you're playing with lasers, always wear the correct laser vision goggle thingies. Even when I'm wearing them, I still close my eyes and look away. But that thing, that blinds you.